or hit the thumbs up, or hit the notifications on, or better yet, do all of that and subscribe so that you get updates when these things are going live. And if you're not already over on the Trader Cobb Crypto Community Facebook group, that's the wrong eye. Go over and get in there because we're sharing trades and ideas and asking questions, all to do with trading. So there you go. Who have we got in here? Sorry again for being late. It's been a big pullback, right? Well, actually, I shouldn't say it's been big. It's been a pullback. It's not been anything out of the ordinary, and I want to prove that to you and show you a couple of things that will help you with that. G'day, g'day, g'day. Ooh, some of this H2O. Yes. Heidi, Paradis, Cody, Ivs, everybody's in here. Excellent. Oh, it's hanging good. Things are good. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to do a couple of things. I want to look at the top 10 and give you some perspective. G'day, Rory. I also want to, and me Paradis, or whatever that means. I also want to give you one of the little things that I just started looking at again today, as this is the first proper pullback in our, seemingly a bullish run, right? And I wanted to show you some things that I've seen to be healthy for, just give it some extra perspective as well. So I'm just going to focus up here on the daily. And actually, before I do that, if you're not aware, guys, we've got our Black Friday discount going on. You can see the little link up here. promo.tradercobb.com/BF. And I think that we will see Luke post that there for you to get a hold of. Now, if you're a member, if you're already a member, it's promo.tradercobb.com/members/BF. Now, what that means is that you can get access to our Slack community for the full year. Massive discount, $5.99. You can also get onto the live trading floor at 1976. So it's just /members/BF. And yeah, Luke will get that up for you in just a second. Are we seeing some cashing out due to people balancing the ledger from 17? I don't know, possibly. Will we hit 18,000 before 2021? I'd suggest we'd hit 18,000 before we hit 16,000. Oh, we did. It's a Black Friday sale. That is right. So, guys, let's have a look. And I'm going to use the XBT here, the BitMEX chart, to give some perspective here. Let me just go back to a time long, long ago where the Lambos ruled the earth, where people were rapping about moon Lambos, and where it was absolutely nuts in our market. There was massive hype out there, obviously, at the time. Google searches, which we'll have a look at in just a moment, will give us some perspective. But look, we did see some pullbacks. We saw this was sort of the move getting going again. Pullback to 3,000. That was one of my first proper trades. And you can see there have been pullbacks along the way. Now, is it going to be a multi-day pullback, or is it just going to be one of these, boo, off we go again? That I don't know. But this is the thing. Pullbacks are great. Look, after a pullback, what has happened in the past? Big move. Pullback, big move. They're a good thing. They're a good thing. So anybody out there who's freaking out a little bit, anybody out there who's a little bit concerned, I'd suggest don't be. All right? Don't be concerned, don't be confused, don't be worried. I nabbed a little short yesterday, actually. Very little, 5 minute. Not recommended for everybody, by the way. Not recommended for everybody. I don't necessarily like trading those time frames. It just so happens that it's something that I've done for a long time, and I was trading the ES, the YM, the NQ, and the TF. And yeah, I can do it. So I did. All right, so here we have. And we're going to start. We can go back to our FTX chart. Not that it makes much of a difference, but I'll go top to bottom. You know what the cradle zone is, right? The area in and around that 10 and 20 period moving average. Exhibit A. So Bitcoin's back in that range, but also back in that area. Yeah, it blipped deeper. The recovery from the low was quite extreme. This is high volatility. We pulled back, 6% from the lows of yesterday, putting a screeching halt on any further plans of lower prices for the time being. Now, to go with that perspective that I'm talking about, we've also got to be aware of this weekly chart. And let's be honest. We'll get to XRP, yep. Let's be honest here. Did anyone take a trade back here, by the way? I was blabbing. I was talking about it up here. I really, really, really made sure that everyone was aware. Out on Facebook, out on YouTube, the podcast. I was talking about it, the need for a pullback over, even through here. We got it. We got a perfect cradle. And let me just show you. This is one of the trading strategies, the crypto cradle, for those that don't have it. Let me show you. To the high, I'm going to go to the high to give the perspective. That's 11.7 to 1. So if you're using margin there, it's 11 times your capital that you've returned on that. Now, to give you the perspective of the actual, from the last pullback, it's 100%. Bitcoin doubled in value without taking a breath. Do you think that after you've run 34 marathons, you might want to take a breath? Do you think you're allowed to take a breather? Maybe have a beer, a hamburger, maybe even some halloumi. Good cheese. Yeah, you can. And Bitcoin deserves a little wee break. So I'm looking at this from a bullish set of eyes because the trend's good. But I'm also looking at this realistically and going, well, look, it could easily come back a lot further. Now, for hodlers, that's going to suck. And I'm a hodler. I'm an investor, right? But I'm also a trader. There is so much profit down to, say, 14,000. You know what I mean? There's a lot of room down here. Heaps. There's, 13's fine. Even 12. Heck. But what about we throw in some fibs? Where'd you go, Fibby? There you are. Let's have a little sticky beak. 61.8. There you go. Bingo. Yeah. So there's plenty of room for deeper pullbacks. Now, I'm not trying to show this to you to give you conflicting points of view. I'm trying to show this to you so that you don't have, so that you can start to plan what you're going to do. Because I'm going to be making money, whether it goes up or down. I've got to wait for the right conditions, but I will be fine. You don't have to worry about me. I'll be right. I'm not worried about you. I'm offering you the opportunity to understand that you can make money in both sides. I just want to see some good cyclicity come back. So we could pull back further, absolutely. Don't be shocked. Don't be scared. Don't bail out. You do whatever you want to do. But as far as from the psychological point of view, you need to be aware that this is part of the move. You can't expect this to go on forever. We did have a wee little pullback here, and then look at the race we had. We've had a bit of a deeper pullback here. If we get a far deeper pullback, it is nothing but bullish. Institutional money does not want to buy their first entry. And don't forget, we've got MicroStrategy, Square. Obviously, Grayscale's been playing this game for years now. Excuse me. But the bottom line is this. Those newcomers, that institutional money, which is great because it locks that Bitcoin up, right? If they don't go ahead and sell it, and if they're trading in, hundreds of millions of dollars worth, it's much more difficult to just offload it. Okay? So it's relatively locked up. And if they're going to do that, it is going to be OTC, more than likely. I mean, I can't imagine if I was running a fund buying it over an exchange. I would not do that. So it allows those that have been sort of going, oh, Bitcoin, maybe, and then it's taken off, and they've got confirmation from Micro, from Square, from PayPal, from, all these other providers, Citibank saying it's going to 300, all this, right? A pullback gives them a point at which they can enter, locking up more Bitcoin, strangling supply, whilst they then roll out there, we're in Bitcoin, bringing more demand from the retail sector. PayPal's there now, boom, easy purchase of Bitcoin. Do you see how it all comes together if we think about it at a deeper level? So that's what I wanted to bring to you. There are trades around, and I want to show you a couple of things right now as well. Bitcoin in the cradle. Ethereum in the cradle. XRP in the cradle. Bitcoin Cash. Let's just forget about Bitcoin Cash. It's underneath this 275, so it's still a little bit unstable if you know, from my opinion. Look, even Litecoin's still got this uptrend in play. It's pulled back quite well. It's okay. It could come back further, but look, it's a very healthy pullback. EOS, yep, in there. BSV, meh, back inside of its range. Binance, meh, yuck. Cardano, back in that zone. Link, not so good. So, perspective snapshot, pullback into the cradle, thus far, fine. Perspective shot, pullbacks further give opportunity for others. Okay, really, really important to understand that. These are good opportunities for people to be entering. If you have already entered and you're freaking out, relax. This is part and parcel of being involved in markets. Now, the other thing I want to show you is this. What I recall doing in 2017, and it just came back to me again today, simply because we haven't had these conditions for a very long time. This is our first pullback in a pretty parabolic Bitcoin, right? First pullback. So one of the things I used to do is I'd go through and I'd go, right, what's recovered fastest, or what hasn't been affected so much? And what I found was actually in here. You can actually go in here and say, okay, well, what do we got here that's held its ground or hasn't been affected too badly? Because if it's not been affected too badly, there's obviously strong hands within that. Now, I'm not trying to create an investment strategy for you in this particular instance. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give a little bit more perspective as to the way that I think and the way that I position myself in these types of events. So yesterday, AVA was down 2.35% against Bitcoin. Don't forget, that is against Bitcoin. Bitcoin was down, but it held its ground pretty well while most of the other alts melted their faces off, right? The other one that I looked at that was really quite strong was Yearn. Where did Yearn go? Yeah, YFI. Where are you, Mr. Yearny? There we go. In my watch list. That's where you are. See, yesterday, whilst everything else was getting poleaxed, Yearn was up 14%. Now, I don't care about the project. No offense to anybody. I'm not a fundamentals guy from the point of technology. I don't get it. I don't understand a lot of it. I trade markets. I invest in markets based on what I see and based on a very simple view of the way that I think that the market works, the way I think people think, and 15 years of experience makes a difference to that as well. I've been around for a while, and it's been going well. So I try and keep it not complicated. That's why I trade from literal checklists. You tick boxes. That's why I don't teach anything outside of what's taught in each of those boxes. So each of those, like, if you're baking a chocolate cake, think of it like this, sugar. I don't need to know the detail about sugar, where it came from. Who gives a rat's? Is it sugar or is it flour? It's sugar. Tick. It's about learning how to bring those things together. So I simplify this. I'm trying to help to bring some understanding as to how I view these markets during periods like this, because it can help you to pick up what may be strong once we come out of that bounce. Another little trading tip from me. So what am I trading right now? Here's my list for the day. Yesterday I did, and look, I don't suggest that you do this, right? I really, really, really don't. But for those that do like a little bit of pizzazz in their life, a little bit of nasty, here. And this is a cradle trade. Pull back in. Look, I didn't take a full percent because slippage it occurs around these areas. Little bearish candle there. I ended up getting out down here somewhere because I trailed it on the 3 minute. Of course, it rolled over. There was another one last night for those that are looking to trade and looking to be involved in the shorts. In here, that was before I went to bed, and it broke down. Got very close within a bee's dick. The high 428 didn't quite get there, 424, and then a very good profit would have followed. Trailing stop to there where you're out, and you made a few bucks. Again, the emphasis is not on overcomplicating things. The emphasis needs to be on being decisive. How do we be decisive? We have confidence, we have a system, we have a way of going about our business. Now, from the very start of the year, look, I don't know if you've been, tuning into the podcast or anything like that. I don't really know. But my portfolio strategy was really to be, looking across the top 10 to 20 for my investments, and the theory around that. And I still have higher risk investments that I'll take. Don't get me wrong. I again mentioned, I think it was in April, through some profits, I was able to I said, I'll scrape a little bit off and I'll use it for the higher reward, higher risk positions. All right, lower amounts, but I was happy to do that, and that's been going well too. Good stuff, Rory. Welcome aboard, mate. Get stuck into it. Yeah. So again, it's people buy Bitcoin first, right? There's not many newbies that will come in and go and buy, AVA first. They'll usually buy Bitcoin. Then what they'll do is they'll be reading about it, they'll be learning about it, they'll be watching their, charts or apps or whatever, all right? And then they'll start to learn, oh, Ethereum, what's that? And because they've found CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko or whatever, they go, oh, Ethereum. And by this stage, they've joined a whole bunch of Facebook groups and they're following a bunch of Twitter people. And they've heard of Ethereum. And they'd like to have a closer look. So they jump on the Ethereum website, they work around, they look at it. Oh, wow, it's been around for a long time. It's been number 2 for a very long time. Wowee. It was 1,400. Now, Bitcoin is very close to all-time highs. But Ethereum, it's still got 3x to go or thereabouts to get there. So they start calculating in their head. They look at the Ethereum chart and they go, oh, my goodness. Let me show you what it looks like, USD. I think it'll be the CoinSwap chart. Come on, hurry up. Stop floundering. There we go. So what they do is they come in and they go, ooh, well, Bitcoin's close to all-time highs. Let's have a look at what we could get. Oh, my goodness me. Look at that, George. George, we got to buy Ethereum. And that's what they do. And then they go on to XRP. And they've been there. Do you see what I mean? You don't need to overcomplicate certain things if you understand how people operate and how markets work. So I've been investing in these. Look, I get out of things too. I took a great trader on Cardano earlier this year. Caught most. That was my first entry. Caught most of that move. I took Link as well. I didn't catch the whole thing. I caught it to about here. And also, what was the other one? It was Ethereum. Yeah, I was buying Ethereum back down here based on that cradle. And back up here based on that break. So you can bring simplicity to your investing. You can bring simplicity to your trading. But you've got to learn how to have a simple way to view things. You've got to understand what you're looking at and why you're looking at it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to try and bring a little bit more. Well done, Nick. Welcome. I just wanted to bring a little bit more of an understanding because it came to me again today. I wanted to bring you some confidence, some perspective around the market. These are fine. These pullbacks are fine. Good times, baby. Okay, good times. Excellent. Right? Also to keep things simple. Try not to overcomplicate things if you can, because analysis paralysis is real. Fly, go away. It comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. It comes in trading by having too much crap on your chart. I've got a MACD, I've got moving averages. That's it. Nothing else. Keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it nice. All right? When it comes to investment strategy, have a think about what makes sense. Don't overcomplicate these things. You do not need to overcomplicate these things. It can be a simple process. Get that simple plan in place. All right? Like I said at the beginning, if you like, thumbs up. Yeah, like, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notifications. And the final thing is this. If you like what I am doing, please help me. Share it with your buddies. Post about your experiences on your groups with your friends, because it makes a difference to me and I would appreciate it. Pretty straightforward stuff. Of course, if you do want to take advantage and jump on board, whether you're a member or whether you're brand new, take advantage of our Black Friday sale right here, up to 85% off. The links are in the chat. Please scroll up to view them. And of course, if you are already been through our courses, you can join our community or our live trading floor community for some greatly discounted prices. Keep it real. Relax. Breathe. And enjoy the rest of your day. Guys, it's fun doing what I do. I love doing what I do. And I hope you enjoy being a part of the process. I thank you for that. Cheers, guys. Have a great day.